some of the other things that I'm doing on these other labels that I got. And you know, well, you know what I've been doing, and so it's still, you know, really basically the same crew. We just all doing different things now, but we still in touch. In fact, I just saw Boomer today, and he doing his thing, and you know, so we putting this thing together, trying to get all the paper we can get stacked up real high, and you know, give our scholarships and all that to the kids that need them, and you know, just do some things for the community and give back a little bit. Them the goals. You know, but anything else you want to add to that, Mitch?
Man, we've been doing this a long time, man. I guess that's why everybody, you know, kind of dig us, because we done studied the game and we know what people like, man, and we always give the people what they want. That's the bottom line to it. Gotta give the people what they want.
A lot of people don't know, but Mitch is a real music connoisseur, you know, real deep in the crates, heavy with his vinyl collection. He got every piece of history that we ever did. He got every song that's still on a tape. That's if it was recorded, best believe this man got it. From the demo from '86 all the way up to the records we did, every soundtrack, damn near every poster. You know what I'm talking about? He got every feature, and then he can flip the script and go R&B and soul on you and pull any record out his crate. When I can't find something, I come over here to get it. You know what I mean? Because I never was that organized. I was moving too fast. But this man is heavy with his music collection. He heavy with his production. You know what I'm talking about? Y'all gonna hear about this boy, I'm telling you. But we really finna get this paper, man. You know, so you know, watch out. Oh boy. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, already. Yeah.
Tony Snow, know what I'm talking about? Tony Snow, bitch. Young Pimp. Sweet Jones, Mr. Lee is going down. Dedicate to Fat Pat and their daddy, know what I'm talking about? Big Dog and Biz. Baby Looney.
I'm so cold in the game, getting my paper taking over their brains. The drink over the ice is so cold. Pulled up to the light and like Madonna strike the pose. These niggas in this thing, they wanna stop the pimp. Don't wanna see me coming up and flying like a pimp. I think they feel like I'm a threat, but I'm an old school motherfucking vet. So get your mind right.
I'm saying I'm working on the album with Sebo right now, Cowboy and Young Pimp. That's gonna really fuck them up. I'm doing an album with Lil Webby, Lil Boosie, and me. We the V12 boys, you know what I'm saying? We jumping out of cars with big motors and all that there, putting it in their face. Representing from Louisiana, Texas, PA, you know what I'm saying? Working on this pimpulation thing, you know, and it's coming along real well. Guest appearance album, you know.
PMC, Sir James, y'all can't fade this country thing. Nigga in the source try to hate on me, but bitch, I got the whole South ride with me. At the nigga Jeezy, bitch, I'm the truth. Me and Short Dog going smoking the coupe. I'm talking about Too Short, not that fake nigga. The rap game full of all you cake niggas.
Really getting down. We'll be back in the lab with UGK. As soon as Jive break off the money, we shouldn't have no problems. We're on the same page, going down. And be on the lookout for the Pimp C solo album, UGK Records. And by the time it come out, we gonna have some distribution. We fit to put it in their motherfucking face, power-wise, setting everybody up with the grills. You know what I'm talking about? Emmett got the jewels and everything is, you know what I'm saying? Everything is everything. Shit is correct and right. You know what I'm saying? My motherfucking diamond keep falling out my motherfucking ring, man. God damn. It's the second time this motherfucker done fell out. But we gonna take care of all that. Fit to go fuck with some of this over here though. It's good. Peace.
Bitch, get my motherfucking money, ho.
Please hold your applause.
Fuck a funky broke bitch. But we run this city. You know what I'm talking about? This east side Port Arthur, you know what I'm talking about? 13th Street, where it all started. You know what I'm saying? This where it all began at. My old man pulling up right here. Yeah, the land of the tree, the real tree of Ville. Know what I'm talking about? Fuck what you heard. Ain't a nigga talking it that ain't been here, ain't from here. You know, they got to come get a pass from me or from Vaughn. You know what I'm saying? This is real.
This the real South down here where we at. That shit over there, that shit that's on the East Coast over there, that shit ain't the South. It's the South down here. You know, that might be the South. It's the South. You know what I'm talking about? You know, Spruceton, Texas, you know, and all of that culture, you know, over the years, we got our own thing. We got our own stars. We got our own way of doing things, you know, we got our own way of fixing our cars. Everybody do. You know, as far as the music is concerned, you know.
What you call it? You say it's not hip-hop. It's a hybrid. The way you describe your sound, you called it something last time I was here. Country rap tunes, that's what you call it.
Let me go all the way back to the beginning. Let me say this first. All this rap shit is derived from the things that went down in New York in the 70s with Kool Herc, Cool DJ Red Alert, and all Africa Bambaataa and everybody that put this shit together and put the blueprint down, all right? So, that's the first thing. It's all derived from East Coast. I don't even know if it was called hip hop back then, but maybe it was. You know, coming out of the disco era, coming into the shit they was doing in the 80s. We was getting all those records when the records start coming out. So all that shit was filtering down here to the South. The shit that was happening on the West Coast with Dr. Dre and the Booty Records and shit he was making with the Wrecking Crew and all that fast shit and that Miami sound, that all that shit was filtering down here. What Manny Fresh and Gregory D was doing in Louisiana and all those type records, all that shit was filtering down here. So we was getting everything and we were listening to all of this. And we were fans of everybody's music because there wasn't no Plex back then. It wasn't enough rappers for a nigga to be choosy. If you like rap music, you listen to everybody. It wasn't like you listen to East Coast or West Coast. It was like, it don't matter where the record come from. If it's a good record, we jammed it. So we was exposed to all of that shit. Being exposed to all that shit, all of it influenced us. All of those records are a part of us. Run DMC is a part of us. Schoolie D is a part of us. Ice-T, King T, you know what I'm saying? And we could drop names all night, but you see what I'm trying to say. And so then, for a long time down here, we ain't have no identity. Because all the music was coming from other places. We ain't have nothing to call our own. Until I get a record. It wasn't a record, it was a cassette tape with a motherfucking newspaper on it that said Houston Chronicle. You know, and I'm like, Houston Chronicle, because at this time I'm buying everything that come out. It said Houston Chronicle, and then I flip it over and I'm like, and I check out the address of the record label, and it say Houston, Texas. I said, God damn. Shit, we can do it too. You know, so when that GB shit came out, that gave us hope down here. It showed us that, hey, maybe we can make it too. Let's see how well they do. So everybody stood back and watched while them niggas went through all that bullshit they were going through. Everybody sit back and watch and listen. And at that time, you know, Ghetto Boys, this was a long time ago. I mean, Ghetto Boys was leaning more towards East Coast rap style with West Coast lyric tendencies back then. You know, and this is the time, it's the second Ghetto Boys I'm talking about, Jay. I'm talking about before Car Freak. I didn't hear Car Freak till later on. You know, I'm talking about, you know, Making Trouble. You know, and so Johnny C from the East Coast, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
And so he, you know, Ready Red, you know, jukebox and Bill and them and shit, and you know, so that shit was, it had an East Coast flavor to it. But at that time, we wasn't tripping on that. We were so happy to have our own rappers and some shit we could hold on to that we wasn't tripping. And them niggas was saying Houston in their records. We were like, God damn, man, this shit here really means something, man. Now them niggas gave us hope and really showed us that we could have this shit too. And that was important because we thought that, you know, well, we rapping for fun right now. We ain't never gonna make no record because, you know, it's about where you at, you know, and then we figured out it wasn't about that. It was about what, what you putting down. And so we had no identity for a long time. And I used to try to rap like them West Coast niggas and rap like them East Coast niggas and try to twist my voice and try to make myself sound deeper than I really was because my voice was high pitched. I would jump out the speaker and nigga never could mix it right and shit was fucked up on the demo. And I'm like, damn, man. Until one day I just said, man, I can't help but be country. I got to go on and just talk like we talk every day, you know, and luckily, we came to that conclusion before we dropped our first record. I'm like, well, fuck it, man. We just gonna talk like we talk. And when we did it and put it out there, nigga was like, man, that's our song now.
Let me tell you how that came about, because a lot of people may not even know how that came about. That first set of Ghetto Boys he talking about, which was 2 members was from the East Coast. Back then, they had DJs from East Coast saturating our city. You know what I'm saying? This was, if you wasn't rapping like that or being like that, you wasn't shit. So, me back then, I'm hustling. You know what I'm saying? So I'm allowing somebody else to run my labor to a certain extent. And I got to my last piece of money. I moved my people to New York. Moved Rap a Lot to New York for 6 months. I go out there for the last 2 months. I stayed, I think, 6 weeks, and I had opportunity to really, you know, sit back and focus and see what was happening. So after observing New York, hanging in Def Jam office, seeing LL Cool J checks, Run DMCs, I said, damn, there's a bunch of money in this thing, right? So I said, okay. So back then, Raw Flush. I'm dealing with Raw Flush back then.
Rick Raw.
Yeah. So back then, I made a decision. I said, God damn. I say, we trying to be somebody else. You know what I'm saying? I say, they trying to rap like somebody else, sound like somebody else, and everything else. I say, y'all pack up. We going back to Houston. I say, we finna be who we are. You know what I'm saying? That was the first movement. So I got back in, got rid of all the other Ghetto Boys. And that's when I shook the city inside out and came up with people that didn't mind being themselves and following the concept. So it was that seed and that thought that you know, brought about, you know, everybody. We had to run New Yorkers out of this town, the DJs. You know what I'm saying? We had to blaze a trail, man, because we were serious about, you know, everybody respecting us for who we was, what we sound like and everything else, because, you know, they was trying to make us feel like we wasn't, you know, because we was country, you know, you can't be nobody. So we demanded respect, got respect, and laid the foundation, which UGK capitalized on and added to the foundation, which is the foundation more so from their style. You know, as C said, he said it was a lot of them in there, you know, practicing that style, but they was the first one to have a major behind them, you know, to expose it. But, you know, I give them the credit because of that.
But I'm gonna say this, you know, Willie D really the first nigga to really get on a record like that and let that country shit hang out, man.
Yeah.
You know, Will was country when it wasn't cool to be country. And then I came along later on and I made it cool to rhyme words together that don't even rhyme. Cause I know how to twist the end of them and say them in a certain kind of way where I can make shit rhyme that don't even rhyme, you know. And so then I realized